name is Hannah and I am currently working for my associate degree in nursing at the Porter campus in Wesley Chapel at PHSC. I graduated from Major Coast Technical High School in 2017 and I studied abroad in London, England this past summer with USF. What interested me in this program is my love to travel and experiencing new things in new places surrounded by different cultures. I also thought this program was relatively affordable, and as long as you work hard, save up, there's plenty of time to save up for this program, you can do it, you can make it work. In this program, you are required to take 2 classes. The 2 classes I took are Art and Culture and Mental Health. I learned to identify mental health problems in people while I was in London because we got mental health first aid certified. In Art and Culture, I learned to appreciate art and architecture in everyday life because I now have a better understanding of it. The professors I had were absolutely wonderful because they knew the material very well because they were passionate about it, as well as knowing the city well because they have done this program before, and it made it a lot more enjoyable. What made this program different from learning in the States is that, like in art, we were able to go around to the museums and around the city and see the buildings and architecture, especially Greek architecture. That was wonderful. But it just made it better to understand because you could actually see it right in front of you. And it just made it more interesting than being in a classroom and seeing it in a book and reading about it and studying and taking a test. And now the assignments in the classes were not difficult. We did not have a lot of assignments. The only main one was just the one project at the end of the class. And even then, those weren't too hard. It was easy to pass these classes, but you still learned a lot and had a lot of fun. Now, we did stay in dorms. We stayed at a dorm about 15 minutes from class if you walked, which was really nice because you could pass a bunch of coffee shops with breakfast and you could have something nice on the way to class. Now, my favorite part of this program was checking off more bucket list items than I thought I ever could just in the UK. I went to the White Cliffs of Dover, I went to Brighton Beach, and I went to the long walk at Great Windsor Park, which has been a dream of mine for the past few years. And I still can't believe that I had the opportunity to see everything that I did. Another part that I really liked about going to London was memorizing the underground map so I could take the tube or the train anywhere I wanted because I knew all its stops and how many stops you had to wait until you had to get off. There are a few challenging things when you go to study abroad. One of them is the jet lag because there is a 5-hour time difference, I believe, from Florida to London, and my jet lag lasted about a week. It did not matter how much I slept because I was still tired and still could barely stay awake, but I still had fun and I still went out with my friends. Another challenging part for probably anybody is being away from family and your significant other. But because it was 4 weeks, it wasn't that bad because I knew I would be home in no time rather than a full long semester of being away from home. Another challenging thing is coming back home and readjusting to how you used to live before spending a month abroad. You learn new habits when you spend 4 weeks away from home and you have to unlearn those habits when you come back. It was a little hard having to go back to work after enjoying my time abroad, and I had to quick remember how to drive when I got in my car to go to work. It is an adjustment not being able to walk everywhere you need to go down just at least one street because here we're not in a big city where everything is within the next few streets and you've got a train that can take you anywhere you want. You have to drive everywhere and it takes a while and you have to readjust to that and realize that walking anywhere you wanted to go was actually really awesome because you could just leave the dorm, walk down to Starbucks, and just walk right back. One of my biggest takeaways from this program is that you can do anything you put your mind to if you work hard, and that nobody can tell you no. I had a few people that in my life that were like, I don't know if you should do this, but I was like, no, I'm gonna do this because this is what I want to do and this is my dream and I'm gonna make it come true. So I saved up, I had plenty of time to save up, and I did it. It was also life-changing because I learned how to live differently and having a different perspective on how to live, because they live differently in the UK. It's a big city, it's completely different than living here. And you live with many people. There are many people in the city of every single kind of culture, and it was so nice being exposed to it and seeing and living with all these kinds of people. I would definitely recommend this program to anybody that loves to travel and learn and wants to make new friends. This was definitely one of the best experiences of my life. I've made friends that I will never forget or never let go. I talk to all the time, and I had the best time. It's definitely a good life lesson, good way to actually learn in an environment than just being in a classroom.